Hey, brother Jeff, and all the supernatural fans out there. A little video on the darkness. What was done this week? Um, Basically, antenna is now on the car, a '67 antenna, which was brand new. And everybody wants to know about the antennas. If you're trying to find one to fit a '67, Bob's Impala sells them, and they're kind of a little hard to find, but you would think on eBay or somebody would be always posting stuff about antennas, but they never do. So you're going to see here the door panels are now all installed. And we're going to open the back door. So all the door panels are in. I painted your window cranks with the buckskin like you requested there, Jeff. This car has the door locks that are what I call anti-theft. Door panels. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, guys. If you have a Caprice and you got to go over to the Impala door panels, or you have an original '67 and the panels are really shot. There's your sun visors there, and there's a bunch of buckskin stuff painted there. But your panels, if you buy these aftermarket ones through eBay, man, I'm gonna tell you what, these things are a real pain in the ass to put in. And the reason that is because like the nails that they have, they're not in these panels very good. They're always breaking, and once they break, you can't put them back in. And then the nails doesn't line up with like the little slots that are in the door. So they're kind of like half-assed crooked in there, and they break, and it's just really just crappy. I wish somebody would have made them better. I mean, they look nice when you're sitting there looking at them. You're like, oh, these look really nice. But in reality, they're not. The other thing is the door armrest right here, there's no holes for those. So when you put these on, you've got to figure out where the hole is on the other side. And the best way to do that is you take an awl and you put your door panel, your armrest up there to where you think it go, and you mark it, and then you stick your awl through there. You kind of wiggle around until you find the hole. And by the first one's kind of, like you're taking a shot in the dark, and then as you go, each one, by the time you're on the fourth one, they become really, really semi-easy and stuff. So I still got to run one wire for the stereo and bring it in, and then Jeff's wife, who is a great wife in my book, bought Jeff the AV2000 radio. There it is, the correct radio. And then over here on the other, let me go over to the other side. Jeff had originally had the AV3000. Now, I know a lot of people are going to probably say, Rick, I thought you only built screen accurate cars, and why you put an AV3000, would you have done that? I'm going to give slack to the people that want to run an AV3000 because, of course, this thing's a little dirty, but it looks just like the AV2000, except for it says AV3000, and the knobs are just a little bit different, but still a great radio. It matches, to me. I'm not going to sit there and pound anybody over the head because they got this radio in their car. Where I am going to pound somebody is if they cut out the dash and then they put a big old digital dash in there, radio and all that crap. No. But if you go with at least an audio box, the Rampage AV3000, obviously the AV2000 is choice that needs to be in it, but they're getting so hard to find, and they're going so for a high price, and really they're crappy little radios, guys. I mean, that radio probably sold at Walmart, Kmart, whatever, hung on a peg, and it was probably $19.99 back in the day. And but unfortunately, that's what they used on the show, so that's what we got to put in the car. I still got to put. You're going to see your trim piece hanging off there. I've got to put the nuts up behind it. I just ran your cable through here, but then I just found, because right now that's just an open hole, and I've got a rubber grommet I think that'll fit in there, and that will be nice and tight and stuff. Put the stereo in, and then run the extra wire from the back. and then the carpet will go in, kick panels, glove box. Actually, the glove box, I noticed there was like a dent in it. I didn't realize it when I painted it. So Don's going to take that little small dent out, and then we'll paint it back. And it's just on the front side. It'll be a quick little repair job. Then I'll put all your B-pillar post and all that in. Now, this weekend I have been looking, literally turning the shop upside down for, there's a little panel that goes right back in here. And on the other side, if you look over there by that cell panel, you can probably see it right here. See that where that's open there? There's a little panel that goes in there. And I call them the rear side panels. And then your windlace will run it, and then it comes down here on this. I cannot find that. And I've looked all over the shop, and I remember seeing it. And then it dawned on me, I think I've already got it down to the upholster shop. So I'm crossing my fingers that's where it's at, because I found over here on our frame straightening machine, there's the windlace that came off of it. So I'm going to get a hold of Terry Monday, and because I talked to him the other day about these panels, and he said that, he goes, oh, I got a set here, blah, blah, blah. And then I started thinking to myself, well, why does he have a set? Well, I think they're for this car. And I gotta have those before I install everything, or at least the rear seats and stuff, because those are gonna go in there. But the carpet is sitting back over in this room over here. So it's actually been all kind of relaxed and stuff. So once I get the wiring ran, I'll lay the carpet in there and let it probably set for a day. That will, see, there's the carpet right there with the windshield wipers. So that will helps it just relax a little bit more. And so once the carpet and everything's all done, I've got to get the wheel well trim for this, a hood lip, and the eyebrow trim. And then this car will be technically done. Except for, and I'm going to see if you can see this, crack in the windshield. Brand new windshield. This car hasn't even been on the road. This thing was not hit or anything. It just cracked sitting in here. And so I was like, crap, I'm going to have to buy another windshield. And Don was like, that shouldn't have done that. You know, it wasn't like we hit it with something or anything like that. So this windshield, he's getting a hold of the glass guy that did this. And this windshield, he thinks, is under a warranty. So, I mean, obviously this car has not seen the highway, road, or anything. I mean, I think the most it's got driven, literally, Don drove this car down the road checking the brakes and stuff like that. And, I mean, it was just in our parking lot. I mean, it never even got on the road. And then we noticed this right here. Don't know why that's even happening, but so we're going to have to get a new windshield put in it. Either way, either I'm going to pay for it or the glass company is. The other thing is we're noticing that this thing is leaking antifreeze up here on, see that red antifreeze right there? We don't know if it's coming out of the hose. We don't know if it's this new water neck. I really don't like chrome water necks because sometimes they have a hard time sealing up. But we're going to find out where it's leaking, and if we got to get a new neck or whatever, we'll take care of that and stuff. So a few little things that just the car kind of wants to. Sometimes I swear to God, it don't want to be built. Like a windshield sitting here just in a shop that, I mean, and it just cracks, you know. And we got a water neck that this car hasn't even really been running, and, you know, we're leaking antifreeze air. So things that we got to get fixed, and then, of course, the interior will go. Now that the door panels are on, the interior is going to go actually pretty quick. So I just, like I said, got to run one power wire from the amp to the radio, so that way when everything turn it on and everything comes on and stuff. Because I've already ran, I think, I want to make sure on this one. Yes, I've already got the power wire. See right there coming. That's going from the battery to the amp back here. So run one more wire and then carpet, seats, you know, install radio, put all the little panels in the sun visors, and trim, and interior will be done. Of course, we got the weapons box done in this car. So there's your new brake pedal pads. Just so everybody knows, Supernatural Impala has the chrome on the pedals. So just a little heads to throw out there for you guys to know that. And then of course there's all the panels there all painted and stuff. So, and I don't know what have we got here in the weapons box. I don't know if, oh, trim and stuff like that. So that's where I've been keeping it. So trying to keep things organized around here because, man, I'll tell you what, man, we're getting a lot of cars in, and sometimes it's kind of hard to keep track of stuff. And we're going to organize the shop more, but we're trying to get this car done, that car done. We got Lucy back over here. That this car here, that's Ella, and then Lucy here, and then I call this car Goldie. That's kind of his just nickname. And we've been going over the engine on what we've been wanting to do with this one. And here's something so everybody knows. We were going to do a small block in this car, and so my buddy had bought the correct intake, carburetor, headers. I mean, you name it, everything for that car. And then now we're going big block. I talked him into it. I don't know. I've just become really a big block fan in these cars. And I mean, trust me, I love small block guys. So I think Lucy is getting the headers. Christina told me that. But so if you guys are needing something like, hey, I'm going to send you my car, but I don't have the correct intake or the correct carburetor, whatever. We will have stuff in stock. So, I mean, it's all brand new stuff, you know, all sitting in the boxes and stuff. So, if you guys are needing that, just let me know and we'll have it in stock for you. I've also got, we were going to go, when this car goes with the big block in it, we were going to go with the stock exhaust manifolds because that is what is on Hero #1. And then my buddy decided that he would really like to have a set of headers on the car. And I'm like, that's fine. We're going to do this engine a little bit different in this car because we're going to pay homage to the Stunt Car 1, I believe it is. And the way it's set up with a certain valve cover and stuff like that. So we're going to do the big block that way, but we're going to kind of make it look like the Stunt Car, so which is really cool. Engines, when you go period correct, or I don't mean period correct, but correctness for the show, you have a lot of different options that you can go with. You can go with an orange engine, you can go with a black engine, or you can go with the hot rod red engine. Different power boosters, different air cleaners, different carburetors. We know that some of the cars have Holleys on them. We know some of them have Edelbrocks. So intakes can kind of vary and stuff. This version right here is what I like. This is just kind of my favorite if I'm doing them. But when we go over here to Lucy, she's going to have, because the engine on this thing was really nice and it's painted orange, you know, like Chevrolets are painted. And you know, there's no reason to pull this engine out, charge somebody for painting a motor when this one's really nice. It needs cleaned, you know. We put new valve covers on it. We're going to get rid of the rusty headers. These headers are like what is like on the car, what it looks like today. I had this thing about, I don't like rusty headers on a nice painted engine. So this is all going to be really clean, detailed up, and it's going to look really nice. But an orange engine does fall in that category for being screen accurate, screen correct, whatever. So I am all about doing cars screen accurate. That is what we are known for. There's been a deal here where one of the guys that's sending me his car, he's like, Rick, you guys really need to have some kind of decal stamp on these cars saying it's coming from your shop, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so I gave that a lot of thought, and so we are going to put a decal on the car. And I know everybody's like, oh, but if you put a decal, then it's not, you know, it's going to look different and stuff. Well, it's going to be a hidden decal. And I'm going to come in here to the office to show the Darkness's glove box lid and where we're going to put it. So Here's the glove box lid. As you can see, this has been painted buckskin. I have a new lock for that, so don't worry about that. But there's a little dent right there. So we're going to get that all taken care of. But on the back side, so when you drop your glove box lid down, there's Jeff's autograph for the darkness. But I'm going to put a decal in here. It's going to fit right in this circle, and I'm working on my wording how I want it. And then it will be written what number car this is coming out of the shop. So actually, darkness is going to be a number that is actually a very low number, because even though some cars have come out of the shop before darkness, it's still going to be a numbered sequence before that, because this car I started on a long time ago and we've just had issues, but it's really like my number 2 or 3 car. I have to go back and check my records and stuff. But so anyway, it'll be that, and a lot of people are like wanting me to sign their car, which I think is just totally ridiculous. I always tell people, if I sign something, that just takes the value out of it. But on the decal, there's going to be a spot where I will sign it, and that will, I'm going to call it one of the official cars coming out of the shop. It's a little thing, if you don't want it on there, all you can say, please, Rick, don't put that on there. I won't put it on there, but otherwise it'll just come on there, unless you don't want it on there. So that's where they're going to go, because no one really opens up the glove box. This is a really good place if you're going to get your car autographed to do it here. I'm not a big fan of when they sign out the dashes and stuff like that, because when you look at the car, then obviously, there's some of my more graffiti stuff and signage and posters and stuff that needs to go up. But when the people sign the car and stuff, then it kind of takes away, to me, from looking like Dean's car, because you got all these signatures all over it. Now, one of the places that I always tell people, if you're going to have something signed, sign your sun visors, okay? So sun visor goes in your car, and it's sitting up there like that. And if you pull your sun visor down and if you have signatures up here, perfect. And it's being protected from the sun and stuff like that, because when you push it back up, and this part here is against your headliner. And then don't put signatures on the bottom half, just up here. So you got 2 of them. That gives a lot of room for signatures, or the inside of the glove box. That's where I would say to do it. Obviously, guys, your car, if you want your whole damn dash signed and your headliner and your door panels or whatever under your hood, it's your car. You get it where you sign. You want it signed. But to me, I like things hidden. That way, when somebody comes up and looks at it. And here's the other cool thing about this. Let's say you have this car and you have a small block car. And then somewhere down the line, you have the opportunity to get a big block car. And you're like, I just really want the big block car, but I've got all these signatures on my car. Well, if it's just a sun visor, you can just unbolt your sun visor and take it out and put it in the other car and put another sun visor in, or glove box lid. So those things are easy to take out and put it into another car. Now, I don't think a lot of you guys are probably going to be swapping out cars and stuff, but to me, let's just say for some bad chance of circumstances that your car gets in a wreck and it gets totaled, well, at least you could always pull those signatures out of your car and do the project over again, So, I don't know. I always try to think worst case scenario, because if you have the dash signed and all that, and depending on how bad the car's hit, it's really hard to tear up sun visors and stuff. So, like I said, do it how you want. Those are just ideas, how my crazy brain thinks and stuff. So, but yeah, this car is going to be almost done. This car is almost done. We got to put a weapons box in it. So I got to get a hold of Terry and find out what the hell I've done with those little side panels. Because after I get those installed, interior's pretty much done. That thing will go together like in a day. We got to figure out the radiator leak. Got to get alignment on it. Got obviously now a new windshield, but then done. This car needs exhaust work, weapons box, new radiator hose, and it's done. Lucy down there, she's getting ready to go into paint and stuff. So, like I said, we got more Impalas. You're going to see more projects coming in. So, you know, a lot of things happening down at the shop. Makes me really happy. I mean, I'm, like I said, so honored that you guys would even want to send your car to a dumb Kansas farm boy, you know, that really this was a hobby of mine. And to get to make cars for people all over, I mean, I'm speechless, guys. Never in a million years. I just had a high school buddy up here today, like a brother to me, Lance Ramsey. And he was like, man, how in the hell did you just get involved in this? And I was like, man, one of those weird things. So there we go. I'm going to let you guys go. Have a good weekend. And we'll just talk to you here soon, okay? Bye. Love you all. Talk to you later.